This is Digital Marketing Fastlane. This podcast will show you how to build, launch, grow, and scale a widely successful online business. Listen to real conversations with proven practical strategies and success stories. You're going to learn how to generate more traffic, more sales, more profit, and customer lifetime value for your online store. Coming to you from the online marketing experts at Voy Media, here's your host, Kevin Urrutia.
Digital Marketing Fastlane. It's actually not Kevin Urrutia today. I know the intro says Kevin. He's not here today. He's in Portland, Oregon. So he's taking a break before Q4 gets really crazy. So it's just me today. And today we're going to be talking about something that, if you're in all the Facebook groups or if you're just a media buyer existing at this time, October 16th, 2020, you'll notice Facebook ad costs are rising a lot. And that is killing your campaigns probably, depending what your situation is. CPMs specifically, everything's just more expensive. Obviously, that's a real pain. So we're going to be addressing that today. This is something that Voy Media is doing very aggressively, something I'm doing very aggressively. We're going to show a lot of solutions to dealing with these rising costs. We're going to talk about why Facebook ad costs are rising. If you're not familiar with it, obviously you probably have some ideas if you're paying attention in the media buying solutions. Of course, creative solutions. All these gurus, they say creative is everything, but then they proceed to 30-minute presentation on just media buying. So I'm going to give you some solid creative solutions that you can literally try in your campaigns right now. Then some funnel solutions beyond Facebook ads. It just makes sense because, hey, Facebook ad costs are rising. There are options of things you can do outside of Facebook, things on your website and your email where you can take advantage of that'll help your conversion rates. The ads are just one part of the funnel. Optimizing other parts of the funnel is going to help you out a lot if the ad costs rise. Why Facebook ad costs are rising? First of all, competition. Right now, we had Prime Day this week, early Prime Day. If you Googled Prime Day sales early, if you notice a lot of their Google ads for Prime Day, a lot of Amazon's Google ads, there's all that holiday gifting offers they were trying to pitch in their ads. They're pretty much starting the holiday shopping very early this year. They're subverting a lot of Black Friday stuff, and a lot of retailers caught on. Best Buy, Target, Walmart, they all had huge sales on Prime Day, which they normally do. They treated Prime Day this year like it was Black Friday because they also saw this coming. Basically, Tuesday and Wednesday, it already happened. Prime Day, I think Tuesday and Wednesday it was, October 13th and 14th. CPMs shot through the roof. Some of the accounts I was looking at, it doubled in some cases. Basically, the cost of everything just doubled. Your CPA is going to double. And that was annoying. And then you have things like the election getting very aggressive, especially this week and the next week. They're going to be even more aggressive because Facebook said, no new ads in the last week leading up to the election. They have their reasons. I'm not going to get political about it. A lot of these campaigns, political campaigns, they're dumping all their budgets now. It's going to be really, really aggressive in the election. Hopefully it ends, though, soon. It is only a few weeks away, so we'll see what happens. Then also just all the D2C brands, they're doing their Black Friday shopping. All the big advertisers, they're all advertising. They're all doing their holiday sales early. They're all testing a lot aggressively, just catching on in the media buying world. You should just test aggressively in October. That's what everyone's doing, a lot of prospecting budget being spent. And then another thing that a lot of people don't even think about is customer expectations and user experience really on the website. Facebook CPMs, they see how the competition is outside, the auction competition. But then they also judge your CPMs by the user experience on your website. So if you have a shitty website and your user experience is really bad, your bounce rate is high, people are leaving, your CPMs are going to go up. On the other hand, if a good website, your CPMs go down. If your conversion rates are going down, I think they track the conversion objective you're optimizing for. And if that's not happening a lot on your website, that's how they measure, I guess, your conversions. If that's not happening a lot, your costs are going to go up, your CPMs are going to go up. And that's why I put customer expectations. So customer expectations are a big sale is coming, whether it was Prime Day or even holiday stuff or Black Friday is coming. Their expectations are there's going to be a huge sale, so they're not going to buy it, they're holding out. We see this a lot every year, conversion rates just to go down in late October, early November because of this. And this is even heightened this year with people just straight up knowing holiday shopping is happening earlier the way Prime Day was. That's going to be a real factor. So people are converting less on your website. So that user experience, Facebook is increasing the price because of that. That's another thing. And then I linked a must-read article I think we'll leave it in the show notes on the YouTube channel, I guess the YouTube description. It's from RevealBot, our friends over at RevealBot. They know a lot about the Facebook auction, and they published a phenomenal article. We make this podcast so people would listen to our content and be on our platform. We're trying to get our message out there. So if we're directing you to another entity like RevealBot, it's very serious. We regard them very highly. I don't know how to word it. It's a phenomenal article. Actually, I have it over here. Goes through all the science behind it, explains everything I just did 1,000 times better, month over month for every objection, every campaign objective. They even have the 19 costs you could probably cross-reference. That's why the ad costs are rising. Now we're going to go into media buying solutions. So obviously a lot of people listening are media buyers. They're turning things on and off in Facebook Ads Manager every day. And a couple things really you can do quickly, literally right now, or do broader audiences in all placements. A lot of that Facebook Power 5 stuff that Facebook has been talking about, that's very real. That's going to decrease your costs a lot, especially if you're afraid of broad targeting, especially if your product has a very specific condition the customer needs. You can add something in your creative. You ask a question that kind of qualifies them. So, are you a parent, or do you have a kid? You're selling a parenting product or something. That's a good way to do that. But even then, your Facebook pixel should have a lot of data on it to just find people in general, especially if you're a very commoditized product like just apparel. You shouldn't even be doing any targeting other than broad. All placements, that really helps lower CPMs. Another thing to try is different formats beyond images and videos. Some people think that there's different auction or different formats like images or videos or things like carousels, cold DPA, DPA catalog sales ads. Works really well depending on the brand, by the way. They have different auctions. So you can try those out, just test it a little. If you're already running ads or videos, running images or videos, you can just put a couple images in a carousel, see how it works. That's a very quick thing you can do now. And then another thing I really want to show you, because it's going to go into something we'll talk about later, is you want your columns to show the full funnel. What I mean by that, and I'll explain why, because we're going to be looking at the full funnel later. These are some custom metrics. Actually, the last three are custom metrics. Unique outbound click-through rate is a default metric in Facebook Ads Manager. You can do other custom metrics, but the point here is you want to see a breakdown of the success at every part of the funnel. In this case, these ads are running to a home page or an unbounced landing page. That's what the unique outbound click-through rate is. This measures who's clicking on the ad. Then there's the view content rate, people going from the home page or my landing page to my product page. Interesting to see this data. You see the drop off. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Then you want to see the add to cart rate. How many of those people that you're bringing in are actually adding to cart? And then you want to see the overall conversion rate. Purchases divided by landing page views, add to carts divided by landing page views. This is view contents divided by landing page views. These are all custom metrics you can make. The point of this is you see every part of the funnel. You can see where some bottlenecks are. If your click-through rate is actually pretty solid, or you see maybe this is just really, really bad. This, for example, 29% of people are viewing content. I can improve that a lot. So in that example, you want to look at the full funnel. Maybe the ad isn't the problem. Maybe it is the landing page. It could be as simple as adding more buttons on the landing page. In fact, in this specific example, these are two unbounced landing pages. One of them I littered with call to action buttons, and the other don't have as many call to action buttons. And obviously a lot more people are clicking through to view content, significantly more, almost 50% more actually. Pretty solid. That's a cool little trick. We're going to talk about landing page optimization in a minute, but you see the point. You want your columns to show the full funnel. So now we're going to go into creative solutions, and I do have an example that embodies most of these, so I'm not going to just tell you things and not give you an example. First thing you want to know is just really be in sync with your customer mindset. They're in a gift-giving mode when they're also anticipating a sale. In the gift-giving mode, they have a finite number of gifts they're going to get people. A good argument for starting early, or also if you have an earlier sale and it's successful, it's something your competition, if they're starting early, that's a reason that people will not be shopping for you. That's a reason why Prime Day being very early scared so many big retailers like Best Buy, Target, and Walmart. So they had to start their Black Friday sales the same day as Prime Day. High impact you want to be testing in your creatives. Angles, totally different personas, the gift-giving personas you see in this fourth point. And then the visual creatives, ad copy, a huge difference maker, especially the copy you put in your images and videos are huge. Not little tiny details. Don't worry about the newsfeed link description or whether it's Montserrat bold versus Montserrat semi-bold, things like that. You want high impact things that'll really make an obvious difference. You can do iterations if you have things working, getting the results you want, but if you're really in trouble, you have to do high impact stuff. One factor per test is another thing. I see a lot of people, they're doing creative tests. They're okay, I'll do a dynamic creative with a bunch of different landing pages, bunch of different headlines, bunch of different images, throw it all in one thing. And that's great, but it's going to be Christmas 2021 by the time you have statistically significant data on that result. You want one factor per test, give it a high daily budget, and just learn fast. You'll learn in 3 days, 2 days sometimes, depending on how much volume your account has. And then you can just learn and move on. That's very important, especially if you're doing very high impact things, high impact factors, I should say. You want to do gifting personas. You want them clearly communicated in their ads. You'll see in the example I'm going to show you for Shinesty, they have festive pajamas. They're targeting a woman getting something for her significant other. You can get something for a mom, getting it for a daughter or kids. You want to really know who that is and communicate that. A lot of dad humor is in Gifts for Dad. You saw that a lot around Father's Day. You can use that. And speaking of humor, dad humor, you want to take a risk. If you're paying attention to media in 2020, the bar for what's considered controversial is so much higher. You could argue it's cancel culture or whatever, but it is higher in the sense there's so much crazy stuff in your face constantly, especially now with this election. You really have to stand out in the Facebook and the Instagram feed. You have to use things like humor, controversy, pop culture, memes. Even if it's just in the hook of the ad, you'll see right away in the example I have for you. Social proof is huge too. So someone's in a gift giving mode. They're getting something for themselves. They're okay, I can return it if I don't like it. But if they're getting something for the gift, I know if I get something for my wife and she doesn't like it, I feel really bad. There's a risk. But if there's a lot of social proof, thousands of reviews, and there's authority, my wife's favorite celebrity endorses it or something, there's credibility, those things go a very long way. An ad that I think captures a lot of these things. Actually, Shinesty, we talked about them recently. You all know who this guy is. I was talking about pop culture. I was talking about taking risks. This is a very aggressive example of that. So we're going to go ahead and click this for background. This is for festive. I think this is an underwear ad. They use a lot of humor. They use a lot of gifting personas in it. You're going to see a lot of that pop culture. Obviously, you see a meme on it. Maybe the meme, you could argue, is authority/credibility in this context. So here, decorate your man's gourd. They're targeting a female who's going to buy this for a significant other. Obviously, it's a hilarious video. They always make these really good videos. There's the meme again. Pumpkin patch. It's kind of funny. Yeah, they're using a lot of funny visuals. They're really taking risks. They're really standing out. They're probably getting good click-through rates. They're probably getting long video watch times, all things that impact the CPM of that ad specifically, especially in a competitive auction. Things like that are really helping Shinesty out. I bet Shinesty is laughing at all you people in the Facebook groups complaining that your results are bad, because I know Shinesty is probably crushing it with ads like this. And they're showing obviously the product benefits, sweat wicking, so you never have to hear about his SWAS patch again. You can see they're still talking in that to the significant other. They're not talking to the guy directive. I don't know if you caught this one. Oh, hold on. This is actually kind of subtle. Like, what is a PSL? A lot of people watching this video, that's a pumpkin spice latte, and they make it very obvious. There are only 2 pumpkin spice lattes, $16. That's a really cute way of kind of really knowing their niche as girls, and it's fall and it's festive. He doesn't love them, try them for free, reducing risk again. Just try them for free or return them for free. Yeah, here we go. They're free. Reducing the risk if he doesn't like them. That's another huge thing. So this is a good example of an ad that really knows what they're doing for holiday gifting. If you hover over, it says facebook.com. This is a Canvas ad. It goes to an instant experience. It goes to a landing page. Links to just the collections. I'm interested what their landing page looks like. I actually didn't look at it before the podcast. They call it the ball hammock. Obviously, that's very funny. And this is something we'll talk about too. I think we talked about it in the last podcast, but the way things they do for lead capture, that's what you want to think about in creative solutions, and that's an example. You want to take risks. You want to know it's a gifting holiday. You want to do social proof credibility. Ad didn't really do it a lot, but you want to test for high impact things. And I don't know if I wrote it here, but you want to keep testing a lot. I know it's unstable and unusual market conditions. You're like, oh, I don't want to test a lot because this is what the market is like year round. Well, actually, it's going to be like this until January 1st. You should be testing. It's just different now. Funnel solutions beyond Facebook ads. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Facebook is just one part of it. There are a lot of solutions. Before I actually go into these, one that I want to talk about is try other platforms. Try Snapchat and TikTok ads. Facebook's not the only ad platform. Snapchat is huge. TikTok is awesome. They have very good ad platforms, especially Snapchat's. So easy to use. We can definitely try that. Even if it's just in retargeting, to lower the risk of entering a new platform, definitely worth trying that out. Funnel solutions like after the click, what happens? So landing page conversion rate optimization, one of the ads I'm working with, bringing the two different Unbounce landing pages. They're very similar, but one just has a lot more CTA buttons, and that one's getting clicked a lot more. You see it in Unbounce, and you see it in my view content rate. That's how I measure that in my columns there. Landing page optimization, conversion rate optimization. If it's more expensive to get the traffic, you at least want to convert more of it, get more value for your buck. Good ideas here, holiday gift guides, best sellers. If you have a lot of SKUs and they're not really sorted in a way for the holidays, best sellers, maybe sort them by best sellers. Again, be aggressive with that social proof. Right near the price, you want to put the number of reviews, especially if you have a lot of them. And you want really good customer service. You want any question someone has, you want answered. You can also anticipate the most common questions and put that as bullet points in your product page. Those are also super important things to do. Bundles, you want to encourage a higher average order value. Just like you want to convert more people because it's more expensive traffic, you want to get more money from each person if they do convert. Absorb that higher traffic cost and still be profitable. So things like bundles, they're really good. Encourage a higher average order value. Things like getting gifts from multiple people. Discount if you spend $100 or more. Get some kind of discount if they spend over $100. Probably going to buy two then. Things work out that way. This is also a really good opportunity for the gift guides to have different personas on the landing page. If it's gifts for dad, gifts for mom, gifts for significant other. Another one you want is lead capture. This is something that can make a huge difference, especially in the next point. But basically, you want to sort of pop up when people first come on the page. I think this was an example. I'm going to refresh actually. When I come on the page, get $10 off. Here's $10 for your time. I think there's a minimum $30 spend because that one was $16, but you can put whatever conditions you want on it. A lot of sites, you might get 5 to 10% lead capture. If you're getting thousands of people to your site every day, you're growing your email list pretty significantly, and you can just target them for free via email. Exit intent pop-ups, if you're starting to leave a website, people scroll up, those are things you can add. And you want lead magnets, giveaways. Lead magnet could be anything, get a free PDF or something, really good in the info product space. But there are some good examples. A giveaway is actually a good lead magnet. I think Cereal for a Year, Magic Spoon does that when you give an email. Giveaways are a really good way to get a lot of emails. The point is you want to get traffic that you own instead of traffic that you're paying for. Building that email list, even if they're not customers yet, is really good. The reason why you want to do that, even if they're not customers yet, is you want to send them email, SMS, and even messenger flows. So you want to do that at all funnel levels, not just cart abandonment, not just repeat business, people who already purchased from you. If you have emails from people who are still prospects, you can have a lot of good email flows there. People who haven't gone to a product page yet, you want to move them to the product pages. On product pages, they didn't check out. You want to maybe send them to a product page, put some urgency, get them to check out again. And you want to be very aggressive, especially in cart abandonment as you get lower in the funnel. Cart abandonment, initiated checkout. If you have their email address, that's very important. A lot of people give their email address when they check out, but they don't finish their purchase. But you have an email, you have a text. You can email, you can SMS them. That's actually very expensive. Very high CPMs you'll see for cart abandonment in Facebook ads, depending on the account. Just optimizing that part of the funnel. Obviously a very high converting part of the funnel. It is good to reach them in these free mediums like email and SMS because it will cost you more. Facebook charges you more on your CPMs for targeting add to carts, checkout initiator, even your past purchasers. You'll see that a lot. Just to summarize, you want to really think about Facebook ads are growing. Facebook ad prices are getting higher for a couple different reasons. But the good news is there's a lot you can be doing especially right now between now and early November, Black Friday, to address them. If you have any questions, feel free to email kevin@voymedia.com. Thanks for listening.
This week's episode of Digital Marketing Fastlane was brought to you by the performance marketing experts at Voy Media. Join us again next time as we'll be bringing you more tips, techniques, and know-how to make your online business the very best that it can be. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, we'd love to hear them on Twitter @Voy Media. Thank you.